How's it going today, everybody? Welcome to the After Show. So there is something that I wanted to cover today. This actually is from about a month ago, but I kind of wanted to wait on it till we got all the facts about it, and everything's come out now, and it's kind of died down in the news cycle, so I figured now is a good time to talk about it. A small child went missing in the forest recently and was in some really extreme environments for a number of days, and some of the things that the little kid said when he came out of the forest are very interesting that I wanted to talk about. Also, before we get started on everything, I just wanted to let everybody know that I've moved the membership over to the website now, so everything is on the website. You don't have to go through a third party or sign up anywhere else. It's all done through challengetheunknown.com. So if you head over to the website and go to members, you can sign up there with PayPal now, which is really nice. And you can buy 1 month, 6 month, which gets a month free, or an annual membership, which gives you 2 months free. And once you sign up, you'll get an email that prompts you to make an account on the website, which then grants you access to the new episodes and stuff that haven't come out yet. So if you're interested, check that out. It's great value, great price. And you help keep this going by signing up for that. So just a quick shout out to everybody that has already signed up. So I wanted to get to this story now because it's very interesting. Now, this kid was a toddler and he got lost in the North Carolina woods for 2 days, and they found him alive. Now, this story comes to us on January 28th is when USA Today reported on it. And what I find particularly interesting about this is the kid said that he was with a bear for 2 days, and that's why he survived. And, that's kind of cute, right? The kid's probably making it up. So what's really interesting about that? Well, the fact is that the kid survived it all. Okay, so during January, the temperatures were bad. And when they found this kid, he was soaking wet. It was bad weather. And they had to walk through waist-high deep water to get to the kid. This reeks of the missing 411 stuff. It's very creepy. And during this time, it was below freezing. It was 31 degrees at night while the kid was missing, and 50 degrees during the day. I'm giving rough estimates during the daytime, but it was 31 degrees at night in that area. So hypothermia should have set in within less than an hour on that kid, and unfortunately, he shouldn't have survived. I hate to say that he was not dressed properly. He was outside playing with his friends when he went missing. So I don't know what to say about that. I guess I want to start with the bear. So was this kid really with a bear? I doubt it. Okay, so whenever we talk about animal behavior, there's always incentive behind it. So whenever somebody says the snake bit me for no reason, there wasn't no reason. There was a reason the snake bit you. Defensiveness. When people talk about big mammals, it's probably territory related if there's an attack. The bear species in this area is black bear. Now, black bear is a lot more docile than grizzlies. Grizzlies are the ones you want to watch out for. Those things will be a lot more aggressive. A good friend of mine that I used to work with told me a story about this girl that used to work with bears years ago. And he would talk about this chick that was like 5 foot tall and would go in with these bears, raise her hands up when she was working with them, and they'd run away from her, So, when we're talking about not grizzlies, it's not like, the bear's just going to maul the kid. That's just not, there's got to be a reason behind it. Now, why would the bear protect the child for 2 days in freezing temperatures? There's got to be an incentive behind that. And I really struggle to find a reason why a bear would provide care or warmth for a child for a number of days. And also, where was the bear when they showed up? The bear wasn't there. So that's very interesting to me. And so let's say he wasn't with a bear and that whole concept of the story was made up. How did this kid survive in those temperatures for such a long time? Because 2 days is a long time. I have no idea how somebody could survive that. It's a toddler. He can't make a fire. It's just such a weird story to think about, and I can't wrap my head around how this kid is still alive. Also, what's particularly interesting is the news cycle died down around it, and they really didn't give an explanation for how this kid was alive. The sheriff made a comment on, the bear stories, it's just it's fantasy, it's the kid's just, saying something cute. Still, how did the kid survive? I don't understand. That really never got addressed as far as I can tell from the articles that I have in front of me. And I remember when this story first came out back in the end of January, all the cryptid groups were blowing up. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone was like, oh, Sasquatch. And, it's interesting. I've actually listened to Sasquatch Chronicle episodes, and I remember there was one where a guy was saved by one of these creatures when he was a child, and that always kind of stuck in my head. But I don't know, man. It's weird, and I don't want to say Sasquatch because we really have no evidence of that other than the kid making comments about a bear. But the cryptid groups, a lot of people were talking about there's other stories like this from like the last 2 decades of kids going missing in the forest and saying, a bear or something saved them. I don't remember those sources off the top of my head. I do remember looking into it back then and pulling up some articles on it, but I couldn't remember names or anything like that, so I couldn't pull that up today. But I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. What do you guys think happened to that kid? How did he survive in that environment for such a long time? Because 2 days is not nothing. And he's wet, it's cold, it's freezing, he doesn't have proper equipment on. It's just so weird, man. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys all next week with a brand new podcast episode. Cheers.